Thank you. This meeting will now come to order. Today's meeting is being conducted by video teleconference, and we welcome those of you joining us via the meeting portal. I will now read the EPSB mission statement. The Education Professional Standards Board, in full collaboration and cooperation with its education partners, promotes high levels of student achievement by establishing and enforcing rigorous professional standards for preparation, certification, and responsible and ethical behavior of all professional educators in Kentucky. At this time, will Ms. Trueblood please call the roll?
Amanda Ellis.
Amanda Ellis, present.
Susan Reber. Scotty Collier.
Scotty Collier, present.
Elijah Edwards.
Elijah Edwards, present.
CJ Fryer.
CJ Fryer, present.
Kathy Gunn.
Kathy Gunn, present.
Priscilla Keller.
Priscilla Keller, present.
Jacqueline Mayfield.
Jacqueline Mayfield, present.
Lori McKinn. Corinne Murphy.
Present. Corinne Murphy, present. Yeah.
Meredith Pittman.
Meredith Pittman, present.
Lisa Rosinski.
Lisa Rosinski, present.
Vice Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, present.
Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, present.
We have quorum.
Thank you, Ms. Trueblood. This afternoon, we have one consent item, the December 17th EPSB meeting minutes. I'll give you a moment to look over those if you haven't already done so. Do I have a motion to approve the December 17th EPSB meeting minutes?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Vice Chair Snell. Do I have a second?
Murphy, second.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. The motion before the board is to approve the December 17th EPSB meeting minutes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Amanda Ellis.
Amanda Ellis, yes.
Scotty Collier.
Scotty Collier, yes.
Elijah Edwards.
Elijah Edwards, yeah.
CJ Fryer.
CJ Fryer, yes.
Kathy Gunn.
Kathy Gunn, yes.
Priscilla Keller.
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield.
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Corinne Murphy.
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Meredith Pittman.
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski.
Lisa Rosinski, yes.
Vice Chair Snell.
Amber Snell, yes.
Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes.
Voting is complete.
Thank you, and the motion passes. We also have one information item that is presented by Cassie Trueblood.
And for this information item, I am going to attempt to share my screen with you. It will allow me, sorry. We do have a PowerPoint that goes along with this, which was also included in your meeting materials. That is showing for you now.
Yes, we got it.
Okay, great. So this morning we do have one information item. Dr. Brewer apologizes that she is not able to join you today. She is currently traveling to the Professional Educator Standards Board Association conference, but she has asked that I share with you some additional budget requests that she will be presenting to the Kentucky Board of Education next week. The KBE will ultimately be tasked with approving a final recommended budget and submitting it to the governor for consideration of inclusion in the 2026-2028 executive branch budget request. And then during the 26th legislative session, the General Assembly will enact a budget that will establish KDE's funding for the next biennium. While it is the KBE that is ultimately tasked with approving and submitting a budget, we wanted to provide the EPSB with an update on the requests that are being presented by OELE as they relate to the work of this board. These requests will, and make sure these slides are advancing for you as well. These requests are going to cover the various priorities of the office, including to encourage early entry into the profession, elevate the teaching profession, engaging in actionable support, employ strategies to certification, and entice educators to stay in the profession. So first, to encourage early entry into the profession is a request for funding for educators rising. And this is to provide supports to districts in establishing and strengthening their chapters of this student organization, and also to help cover the costs of the state conference, as well as some new leadership opportunities. Also in there is a request for funding for the teaching and learning career pathway. And you can see the total request is going to be at the bottom of that slide there, and those will be for each slide as we advance. So next, to further efforts to elevate the profession is a request for funding for the Go Teach KY campaign. You all have seen the website for Go Teach KY and also the ambassadors program that we have with that. And then new to the Office of Educator Licensure and Effectiveness, specifically within our Division of Educator Recruitment and Development, is the Kentucky Teacher of the Year. While that's not a new program, it has recently been relocated to our office. Next, we have a request that has long been a priority of the EPSB, and that is for funding for the new teacher induction and mentor program. Last session, the General Assembly did establish KRS 161031, which tasked this board with developing standards and guidance for the new teacher induction and mentor programs. And it required all districts to implement those programs in the first year of teaching. But unfortunately, we did not see a corresponding appropriation with that. So we are once again requesting additional funding to support and to strengthen these programs across the state. OELE is also requesting funding for the Praxis Reimbursement and Mentoring Program. This program provides reimbursement for the exam cost and also will pair aspiring educators with a mentor to provide support and guidance as they are moving through the exam and the certification process. For enticing educators to stay in the profession, one opportunity for our educators is the Cooperating Teacher Stipend Program. The EPSB does set the requirements for an individual to be a cooperating teacher. So those teachers have to meet a certain number of years of experience. They also have to complete training, and then they are assigned to those student teachers during their 70-day student teacher placement, and they're providing them with direct support and mentoring during that student teaching. So this request is to provide additional funding so that we can increase the stipend for our cooperating teachers. And then last is a request for funding to help support the literacy and numeracy programs and the initiatives that we've seen the last two legislative sessions around those. We've seen, this in both the literacy and the numeracy space. And while, the focus has been to improve student outcomes in those areas, we've also seen requirements that are being placed on our educator preparation providers. So we are requesting funding to help support those programs, both in the development and with the evaluation of those. So again, that was a quick overview of the budget request that will be presented next week to the Kentucky Board of Education. Dr. Brewer will be with you at your February meeting and will be available to provide a report on those requests during her report to the board in February. But are there any questions at this time?
I do have a quick question, and again, I'm aware that you are presenting for Dr. Brewer. So, her giving this report to KBE, is it for information item only in their meeting, or are they taking action on this to adopt that into their, I guess, their budget plan in this next meeting of theirs, or is this more information and then they'll vote on what their overall requests are?
So at this time, my understanding is that these are being presented for information. OELE is one office within KDE, and so the different offices are going to be submitting their additional budget requests to the board in partnership with the Office of Finance and Operation, and budget staff will be presenting those. The board will then be tasked with prioritizing those and developing the final budget later in the year.
Gotcha. I guess I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer this one, Cassie. We can have more conversation with Dr. Brewer at our next EPSB meeting. Is, the prioritizing of the budget, especially if, KBE gets all of our requests and they're like, well, we can't do all of that. I would hope that, we would have at least a say in being able to say, of these items, here's what we think is the, number one priority, number two priority, number three. And that might already be in the system. It just wasn't at least shared through that PowerPoint there. So that would be my hope as we move forward for the next budget cycle.
And yes, and I will, I know that Dr. Brewer will be listening to this meeting, and I will share that with her in the next meeting as well, so that this can be something to discuss during your report in February. Ultimately, with the responsibilities of the board, the budget for the department does fall outside of the EPSB. This board does not have a budget. That's not one of the responsibilities in 161028 at this time.
Understand. Are there any other questions or comments people have?
I'm happy to see some opportunities for teachers for the increased compensation along with the mentoring. Not only as we try to attract new talent to the profession, but also keeping talent in the profession. This is different than other professions that you don't get necessarily a yearly increase based on your performance or your test scores or something like that. So figuring out opportunities for that compensation, I think, is going to continue to be key and important.
Any any further questions or comments, CJ?
I'll just quickly add, I know we spent a lot of time with our goals and priorities, so it's nice to see, a proposal that aligns with all that work we did. So I'm thankful to Dr. Brewer and the team for putting that all together.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Ms. Trueblood, for that. And hearing no further questions on the information item, at this time, we are ready to go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61810(1)(c) and J to conduct a character and fitness review and to review potential actions relating to complaints and reports. The board will also be reviewing pending litigation. At this time, I will need a motion to go into closed session.
I make a motion that
Make a motion to go into closed session. Sorry.
I think I heard Captain Rosinski first. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Gunn. The motion now before the board is a motion to go into closed session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Amanda Ellis,
Amanda Ellis, yes.
Scotty Collier,
Scotty Collier, yes.
Elijah Edwards,
Elijah Edwards, yeah.
CJ Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Kathy Gunn,
Kathy Gunn, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rudzinski, yes.
Vice Chair Snell,
Amber Snell, yes.
and Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes. And I believe that motion passes. And at this time, we will go into closed session. At this time, I will need a motion to go into open session.
I make the motion to go into open session. Jackie Mayfield.
Thank you, Ms. Mayfield. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Vice Chair Snell. The motion before the board is a motion to go back into open session. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Amanda Ellis,
Amanda Ellis, yes.
Scotty Collier,
Scotty Collier, present.
Elijah Edwards,
Elijah Edwards,
CJ Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Meredith Pittman, Meredith Pittman, Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rudzinski, yes.
Vice Chair Snell,
Amber Snell, yes.
Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes. All right, we are now back into open
I
session.
keep freezing up. I'm not sure. I may have to reconnect.
And we can hear you now.
Thank you, Ms. Pittman. At this time, we will vote on those items discussed during the closed session. I'll go through first and review what we decided in closed session, and then we will go around and take a vote. For character and fitness, 1 through 3, approve. 4, deny. 5 through 8, approve. For substitute, character and fitness, 1, 2, and 3, approve. 4, deny. 5, approve. 6, deny. 7, 8, and 9, approve. 10, deny. 11, approve. 12, deny. 13 through 18, approve. For agreed orders, 1 through 14, accept. 15, reject. 16 through 18, accept. For educator cases, 1 through 4, further investigation. 5, dismiss with prejudice. 6, no further action. 7 through 15, further investigation. 16 and 17, no further action. 18 through 20, dismiss with prejudice. 21, further investigation. 22, admonish. 23 through 32, dismiss with prejudice. 33, dismiss without prejudice. 34, dismiss with prejudice. 35 through 37, no further action. At this time, we will vote on those items discussed during closed session. Ms. Trueblood, will you please call the roll?
Chair Mitchell, can I just clarify, the last 3 cases were initiated hearing?
That's correct. I'm just not looking at the correct column there. I am so sorry. Thank you so much. So clarification, thank you so much. 35, 36, and 37 is initiate hearing. Thank you for that.
Amanda Ellis,
Amanda Ellis, yes to all.
Scotty Collier,
Scotty Collier, yes to all.
Elijah Edwards,
Elijah Edwards, yes to all.
CJ Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes to all.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes to all.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes to all.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes to all.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes to all.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rosinski, yes to all.
Vice Chair Snell,
Amber Snell, yes to all.
Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes to all. And the motion passes. At this time, I will need a motion to adjourn.
Motion
Elijah
to
Edwards,
adjourn.
motion to
Thank you, Dr. Ellis. I'm going to go with Dr. Ellis there. Do I have a second?
Elijah Edwards.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards. The motion before the board is a motion to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Trueblood, please call the roll.
Amanda Ellis,
Amanda Ellis, yes.
Scotty Collier,
Scotty Collier, yes.
Elijah Edwards,
Elijah Edwards, yes.
CJ Fryer,
CJ Fryer, yes.
Priscilla Keller,
Priscilla Keller, yes.
Jacqueline Mayfield,
Jacqueline Mayfield, yes.
Corinne Murphy,
Corinne Murphy, yes.
Meredith Pittman,
Meredith Pittman, yes.
Lisa Rosinski,
Lisa Rosinski, yes.
Vice Chair Snell,
Amber Snell, yes.
Chair Mitchell.
Justin Mitchell, yes. We are now adjourned. Thank you all.